Hello and welcome to Rough Diamond, our video update for pension trustees and employers on what the pensions industry is talking about at the moment. In this edition of Rough Diamond, we're going to be talking again on the changes that were introduced to DC pension schemes from last April. And in particular, we're going to be talking about two new requirements: the Chair's annual statement and the charge cap. First of all, then, the Chair's annual statement. Every DC scheme will be required to produce one of these statements. The first statement will be due 7 months after your next renewal date or scheme year end date. Although there is an easement for schemes with a renewal date before the 6th of July 2015, they can wait until their next scheme renewal date, although then the statement will have to be backdated to the 6th of April 2015. The statement is a statement from the trustees, but it has to be signed by the Chair of Trustees, and that's the Chair's one special duty. There are a list of things that the Chair's statement has to include. It has to include a copy of the latest statement of investment principles and talk about any review of that statement and of the default investment arrangement. It must include a comment on core financial transactions and whether they've been processed properly. It must include comment on charges and transaction costs, and comments on how the trustees have met their training needs during the course of the year. To help you put the statement together, we've produced a checklist, and that's available from our website where you can download it for free. Next, the DC charge cap. The cap is a cap on charges that can be applied to default investment arrangements in qualifying workplace pension schemes, and it's currently set at 0.75% or 75 basis points. There are some alternative charging structures that can also be adopted. We've produced a fact sheet on the charge cap, which you can get from our website, and that sets out those alternative charging structures amongst other things. The assessment of the charges applied to members and the charge cap is complicated. There's pages and pages of it included in the draft regulations. In practice, the trustees are unlikely to do it in person. They'll delegate the testing of it to a scheme administrator or a consultant, but they will have to quality check what they're doing. It is complicated. You will need to get some help to do this. What's included in the charge cap? Well, broadly speaking, the costs of all core services, all of the services that you have to deliver in order that the member can have their properly operating DC pension scheme. With the exception of investment transaction costs, they are deliberately carved out of the charge cap, but only for now. It's going to be reviewed in 2017, and the speculation is that they may well then be included. Members can agree to pay more than the charge cap, but only if they're buying an additional service, a service that isn't a core service. And when they agree to pay higher than the charge cap, they have to do so in writing, acknowledging a number of things, including that they don't have to pay the charge. The cap only applies to default investment arrangements, so if the members choose a non-default investment strategy, the trustees can charge more than that. A couple of other things on the charge cap. First of all, you'll have to report your compliance with it by signing a statement in your annual return to the pensions regulator. So there's no escaping it. And secondly, the charge cap only applies during the accumulation and consolidation phases. It doesn't apply if members start to draw benefits out of their pot, if you're allowing them the freedom and choice. So that's it for this issue of Rough Diamond. Thank you for listening in. We're going to do a third one on the April changes very shortly, which will cover some of the other areas that you'll need to think about. Thanks for watching.